I just want to give a couple people a couple minutes to get in here because you already know it's Words of Wisdom Live. Like, Words of Wisdom Live. This is something different. I'm trying out to see how you guys like it, to see how you guys respond, and things of that nature. So we're going to see. It's going to be more interactive because I don't know if you guys have been tapping into the last couple episodes. I've been talking about wanting you guys to DM me issues that you may have or problems or things that you want me to talk about, and also making sure that everyone knows it's an open forum for people to come and bring their troubles or just things that they might be curious about and don't really know how to, tackle it. I'm here. Words of Wisdom is here. And we talk about a lot of different things that I feel like people need, right? Because I need them. So that's how I know other people need them, because I need them. So, Baby, I'm a businessman. We ain't selling no crack. All my niggas real G's. Best believe that's a fact. And that nigga that you fucking best believe. Well, we're talking about something new, something different, something relatable. Each other one, or separate the bad things. Okay. Bad things. Bad things. Why don't you guys tag a friend or two to get in the room? Also, this broadcast is sponsored by Pink Chicks. Always got a Pink Chick available for you. Pull up, get them delivered, however you want to do it. And the vibe, y'all. Might as well talk about the vibe since we waiting for y'all to roll on in here. November 6th is going down. 26 Garrett Road, open by Philly. 26 Garrett Road at Mix and Flow. Yes, it's going to be so lit. You already know, ain't no vibe like open by Philly, so excuse me, I can't wait for you guys to pop on out. And I will see you on November 6th. Yeah, it's going to be lit. The ticket link is in my bio, on my link tree. So on Stereotype Sound Sessions bio, Code Red Media's bio. Yeah. Get those discount tickets while you can. All right. So this week we're going to talk about, this is episode 74. So let me see how major that is, because that means the next week is episode 75. And we're only 25 episodes away from 100. That's so decent. That's deep to me too. Also, I'm excited. So yeah. But it's episode 74, Rise Above Excuses. And that's what we're going to talk about. I'm still giving people a couple more minutes to roll in, but just, touching on what we're going to be touching on. We are going to be talking about, rise above the excuses, because it's easy, y'all. We already know how easy it is to make excuses. Very easy. But I'm going to tell you why you shouldn't be making excuses, how we slip into making excuses, but how we can get out. The different types of excuses, because there's three main types, right? And we're going to talk about that, touch on that. And excuses, in my eyes, are I don't want to say direct connection, but they're it goes hand in hand with self-sabotage. All right, so we're going to talk about how excuses and self-sabotage are very similar, which people may be like, they're miles away, but they're not. They're like next door neighbors. The ones that like borrow sugar from each other too. Not like just random neighbors. Like, they cool. They right there. So we're definitely going to talk about those things tonight. And I want you guys to be interactive and be in the comments. And definitely, if you agreeing with something I'm saying, drop a 100, drop a I agree, I felt that, I preach, amen, preacher, whatever you want to say, drop that in the comments. And give me some energy, give me some feedback, because I need to know. I mean, I pretty much do. I feel confident in the topics that I choose for Words of Wisdom that they're going to speak to you guys. Because again, like I said, they're usually something that I'm going through or recently came out of or learned, fighting my way through or whatever the case is. So, that part. Feel free to drop that. And then also, if you guys, feel free to continue to watch the live. But I'm also live on Stereotype Radio right now. So I'm live on Stereotype Radio. I'm actually going to post the link, or I'm going to have someone post a link to Stereotype Radio in the comments, right? So that way you guys can just click over there if you want to. Artists, it's a crazy way to get your streams up. Let me explain. Like, it is a crazy opportunity just to have a station like that that's going to stream your music, put you on a playlist all day, and all you got to do is stay in the station. And you don't, if I say in the station, I mean just leave your device in the station. You could still do other things. You could still be on Instagram, you could still take that phone call, you could still be at work and everything and getting your streams up all day. It is crazy. Like, I literally had a goal for one of my songs for this year that I put out in February. And I was like, dang, like, that'd be so cool if I could get the song, which is Bad Things, to like 20K. I'm like, I know I can get it. Mind you, it just came out in February, like late February, whatever, right? If I can get that joint to 20K, it's up. It's already past 25K. It's already past 25K messing with Stereotype Radio. So I'm telling you, artists, the benefits are crazy. Y'all really got to tap in. And there's so many people like my man Henny G. He just reached 25K on his single. And when he came, he didn't really, like, you know, he wasn't, none of us really had the streams all crazy. Like, we weren't carrying it stream-wise. Now we are. Put it like that. Buzz the King. Gretchen Neely. There's a bunch of artists that have definitely, Synthetic Blonde, have definitely directly benefited in, like, major ways from the station. It's so important to tap in, artists. Like, you don't understand how much power we have when we have streams. Right, we have power when we have streams. Like, now we can say, okay, well, now you can demand some ish. Before, with 0 streams, you can't demand nothing. You can be demanded to have a seat. That's all you can do. But with a couple streams on you, now you can move. You can do a little something. So definitely tap in to Stereotype Radio. Again, it'll be in the comments. I'll probably pin it in a minute and all that good stuff. For sure, it's gonna increase your streams and gonna put you in a position to take the W. So yeah, all right, y'all, we're about to get into it. So, like I said, words of wisdom, episode 74, rise above excuses. Listen, excuses, I think are, in my opinion, like, just like looked at so minuscule. Like, as we look at it as it's like a little like, remember when I talked about telling lies, that episode a couple episodes ago? I think it was like 68 or 69. I did an episode about like lying and stuff like that. Like, it's one of those things where you're like, when you make excuses, it's just like, get your ish together. You know, it's like, what are you doing? Like, why are you making excuses? Like, and I mean, not only to other people, I'm mainly talking about just now, talking about myself. Like, I don't like making excuses for myself, right? So when we think about making excuses, we think of undermining our accountability. Because once we are not holding ourselves accountable, anything goes, right? Because we'll make up an excuse on why we couldn't do it. We'll make up, it's so stupid. We end up lying to ourselves. But we're going to touch that. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. We're going to tap into that. But making excuses is definitely equivalent to lying to yourself. But like I said, it undermines your accountability to yourself. When you don't hold yourself accountable, it is detrimental to your success, but also to your everyday life. You basically, like, don't care about pretty much nothing. Anything. You don't care about anything. Like, one of the phrases that I really don't like is when people go like, I don't have no F's. I don't have no F's. Like, no fucks to give, right? And they'll say that generally speaking. Like, if you're talking about a subject like, I don't have no F's to give about this subject, whatever. That's one thing. But you saying you don't care about anything is crazy. Like, you not caring about anything in this world is wild to me. Like, that's weird. Like, how can you not care about anything, right? So I feel like, you know, when people do that kind of stuff, it's kind of like, ugh, that's a person who, you know, is not holding themselves accountable. They're too wild. Like, they do too much. They don't think about anything before they do it. Like, this person can't be trusted because they're not holding themselves accountable. But once we start holding ourselves accountable and start making excuses, we become more trustworthy people to ourselves and others. And when you don't hold yourself accountable and when you do make excuses, you almost come off as self-absorbed or deceitful. Because even if you have an excuse, and it may be like a crazy ass excuse, and it might be actually true. Like, it really actually might be true. But the whole thing of you just going out and saying it, sometimes it's better to just keep things to yourself. Like, because you could go off and go off, well, off, or on and on and on about, you know, full story of what happened, and it could be the truth, and people still looking at you like, okay, but it's still an excuse. Or you can, you would be able to look. I mean, sometimes you look self-absorbed because you're like, so it's like you're putting all this focus. Well, I had to go through this, and then I had to do this, and then I finally got here, and then now I'm getting treated. It's I. You come off as self-absorbed and like with the excuse. Hope I'm explaining this in a good way. Yeah, you come off self-absorbed or deceitful. Those are the two ways that like most people take excuses from people, especially people who give them often, right? And we have to understand, like, now we're going to tap into why we make excuses, because that's important to think, like, why, like, so the excuses do all these terrible things. They undermine our accountability. We come off as self-absorbed. We look like we're deceitful, even if we're not, like all these things, right? But like, why do we do this? And it's two main things. My conclusion have come down to two main things. That would be fear and lack of accountability. So when you're like, again, if you're not holding yourself accountable, you have no reason to even, let me put it like this. You sabotage your own future because now you're not holding yourself accountable for the mistake that you made. So now you're not even preparing to do better in the future. Like, now you don't even care. Like, you already don't care about the future. That's deep. Like, for real. Like, you already don't care because you're like, oh, that's like, okay, example. Coloring inside the lines. I hope this is a good one. This is random, y'all. This is so random, y'all. I hope this is a good one. Coloring inside the lines, right? It's one of those things where if every time that you draw the picture, you don't color inside the lines, right? And you feel like, oh, no, it's still cool. It's cool, though. I like it, though. Like, it's good. It's good. You make excuses. No, because it makes it look different. It's artistic, right? Like, it's different. You know, now you're like, okay, that's cool. I got a little artistic John, really, right? But honestly, you know it would look better if it was colored inside the line, because you can still express yourself, create, you know, your artistic abilities or, you know, artistic fantasies, whatever, by coloring inside the lines. You know, you can still do that by, you know, colors or textures or patterns, whatever. But you're not thinking like that. You're more thinking like, oh, well, no, it's cool. I just like it like that. So now you're making an excuse, right? So because of trying to do things better, you keep doing it the same way you've done it. You're making an excuse on why you won't or haven't or can't do it better. And now you're just kind of stuck in being the guy who colors outside the lines, right? But as you're stuck being the guy who colors outside the lines, you also will never have the opportunity to even have a picture that's colored inside the lines because you are too busy blocking yourself from growing before you even begin to grow. Like, imagine like a seed unplanting itself. Imagine a seed unplanting itself. Yeah. Hold on. Just tap into the comments. Herb, definitely call in. Call in, Herb. We definitely would love to get you in this conversation. I know you have some very insightful things to say, so definitely call in. But yeah, so yeah, we have to understand, like, a seed is not going to unplant itself. Like if you're already like, before, when you're about to grow, right before you're about to even get the opportunity to be able to grow, if you're cutting yourself off, thinking to yourself like, oh, like this defeatist, like self-defeatist attitude, like a defeatist mindset, like you're already defeated before you even start. That's disgusting. And then another thing is that it doesn't allow you to you convince yourself not capable of all that you are. You also can like ruin your potential, because people there's like potential and then there's infinite potential, right? And this is something I've actually tapped into with her before, right? Definitely calling her. Infinite potential is the potential I can do anything. I can do anything. Like, I can do anything. I know I got to work hard. I know I got to sacrifice. I know I got to study. I know I got to learn. I know I got to do all the things, right? But if I do all the things, I know that my potential is infinite. Some people just have potential where you might reach it, you might not. When you have infinite potential, you know you're going to reach that goal no matter what. You already know. It's already in your mind. Like, you may not know how you're going to get there, but you can already see yourself crossing the finish line. But, you know, if you just got potential, then Okay. So you're cutting off your, if by making excuses, you're cutting off your infinite potential opportunities. Now you just got potential, and you're probably not even going to reach it because you already cut yourself off before you even give yourself a chance, right? So let's talk about the three types of excuses that are made. Let's talk about the three types of excuses that are made. We got lies, because there be lies, right? We got the self-handicapping excuses, and then we've got the blame-shifting excuses. What exactly does that mean? Let's get into it, y'all. So a lie is a lie is a lie is a lie. A lie is a straight-up lie. A lie is when you stopped at Dunkin' to go get a butter pecan, iced coffee, iced latte before work, but you said, yo, traffic was crazy. They doing construction up my way, but you know good and well, you scarfed down that butter pecan, iced coffee before you even got into work because you didn't even want to be caught with it. You didn't even want to be caught with it on accident. So you scarfed it down before you got into work and you told a straight lie. That's an excuse and that's a lie, right? Just an example. Then we got the self-handicapping example, right? So the self-handicapping excuse is like, oh, girl, you know I couldn't come work out with you. I got asthma. Girl, bye. Like, stop. Like, anytime that we make an excuse on something that we can't do because we just can't do it because it's just out of our realm to do. Like, we can't ever, forget pushing ourselves or, just trying to push it to the limit or, wanting to be better. So trying to, try to elevate to be like, forget all that because at the end of the day, I got asthma, boo-boo, I can't come. That's ridiculous. Like, and that's how we have to look at it. Like the self-handicapping one excuse is the one that is always going to be done when people are like, oh, yeah, I don't want to do this. So what do I have that I can, amp up? Like what disability do I have? What what happened last week, that I could use in reference to this excuse. Like we don't want that. We don't want that. Blame shifting. That is the last type of excuse I want to talk about. The blame shifting is crazy. That's when that's when people end up snitching on somebody. Blame shifting excuses was it was so and so's idea. Like what? That's what? Or the blame shifting one, like, oh yeah, I would have been there, but I had no gas money because I had to run around with so and so to give the gas money. Yeah, like that's a blame shifting. And I know some of y'all gonna feel personally attacked. Because you know how I know? Because right now I just thought about a time where I blame shifted. Oh, I just thought about a time where I blame shifted and I was like, oh, cringe. It was a cringe moment. It was so cringy. I'm sorry. I know one of y'all personally attacked, but so do I. I'm attacking myself at this point. I don't know y'all. But yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. Like, I could make it to show. Really? Like, no. Take accountability. Take responsibility. Level up. If you know, you know. Lies, self-handicapping, shift blaming. Those are the three types of excuses that matter the most because those are really what all the excuses kind of categorize under, and that's what we want to stay away from, right? We talked about why as well, but I also want to talk a little bit more about why self-sabotage and excuses go hand in hand. Like I said, you stunt your growth before you even get the opportunity to grow. And that's the biggest thing because I always say if you're not living, you're dying. If you're not thriving, if you're not growing, then you're literally dying, right? So if I believe that if you're not growing, you're dying, and you're stunning your own growth, then is that not self-sabotage? Like, tell me how it's not. If you're in the comments right now, please tell me how it's not. I would love to know. But I don't think anybody can even explain why, because it's not a thing. Like, it's just not a thing. I'm sorry, not sorry. Self-sabotage is you standing in the way of your growth so you can be the best person you can be. Self-sabotage is having actions that may not be the best, not making the best decisions. If we're consciously aware of what we're doing and who we are, what we're saying, and what we're trying to become, I know for a fact that it'll be easier, but it's just a matter of getting there. So that's kind of where everyone's at right now, and that's what Words of Wisdom, the journey is all about, right? So I do encourage everyone to take control of your life, but take control of your mindset, because your mindset is going to have a big effect on how everything comes to be, how everything trickles down, how everything is executed. Like your mindset has to do with all that. So if you have a mindset that holds yourselves accountable no matter what, if you have a mindset that doesn't allow you to make excuses to yourself, because if you're not making them to yourself, you won't make them to other people, and that's facts. Like once you have to. It's so crazy because I'm literally sitting here just like talking about the song Level Up. Yeah, if you know, you know my song Level Up. Like you really have to be the change you want to see. Like honestly, like if you don't make excuses to yourself and you tell yourself, no, I'm not accepting that from myself, then you're not gonna do it to other people and give it to other people. Because it's not going to be habit. It's not even going to be something you do. It's not a thing. So you really want to check your mindset, because your mindset is going to help you not to stop making excuses. That's where I'm at with things. Like I'm definitely on an accountability run right now. I'm trying to tell you something. Like it gets rough. It gets hard. Like looking yourself dead in the mirror and just being like, yo, I love this about you, but I really don't like this about you, and I really don't like that about you. So what we gonna do to change it? And you sitting there and it's you. Like you have to check yourself and you have to hold yourself accountable, and that's the hardest thing to do. I'm trying to tell you, because you also love you and you also want to like not pity you, but like almost like comfort you, and like you want to do all these things, but you also have to be the one who's checking yourself too. Like it gets hard. Don't get me effed up. It gets hard, y'all, but we got to do it. It's so very necessary, and we're better for it. So we have to know that sometimes we got to like grip ourselves up by our own collar, like listen, the mirror, like listen. Like you got to, and you got to like check yourself. But yeah, so I would definitely say ways to take control of your life. Take control of your life. Also, make sure that you're being proactive in everything that you're doing for your goals. Make sure you're being proactive for everything that you're doing, right? You want to be proactive and um, every little step that's instrumental to overall greatness, overall success, right? So we want to stay away from blame shifting. We want to stay away from the self handicapping, the lies, the lack of accountability, and the fear. That's another why. So y'all have to know that when it comes down to it, you got to put on your big people drawers and shake that fear off, because the fear ultimately um the fear ultimately is what's going to hold you back. Hey, D Money, how you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. What you got going on? Tapping in for words of wisdom. So happy about it.
Yeah. I'm pulling up to see what's happening. First of all, I want to salute you for this. You know what I mean? For the space you in your life. You know what I mean? I think this is dope. You know what I'm saying?
Thank
Um,
you.
but as far as I'm good. I'm good. Grinding, working, staying out the way. You know what I mean? You know.
Yeah, that's lit. That's crazy, D Money. That's what's up. That's definitely what's up. What do you feel about making excuses? Because I know that you're very, you got a lot going on. So, like, what do you feel about, like, what's your take on making excuses or rising above excuses, I should say?
Um, I think making excuses is kind of you not being all the way confident with your journey. You know what I mean? I think uprising your excuses is also acknowledging that you know you're not 100% confident in your journey. And um, the key, in my opinion, the key to overcoming excuses is just keep your mind focused on the end goal. You know what I mean? And once you focus on the end goal, you're fine. You know what I mean? You don't gotta rush towards the end goal either. You know what I mean? You can, take, one step at a time. You can, you know, um, you you don't you the goal is to get to the goal, but don't rush there because the best part of the goal is the journey, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
I do. I feel that. I feel that. I feel that for sure. I definitely feel that. And I'm glad you brought up the confidence thing. The confidence thing, I think, is something I didn't touch on, but that's super important because when you make excuses, I said out of fear, but we're fearful because we're not confident. We're fearful um, of not being confident, but we're also fearful of like even the possibilities of what we could do. We're afraid. Her, come back into the live. I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize. I'm sorry, y'all. I did not realize that you were in the live when I was just yapping on. So please come back to the live. But yeah, it's important that, because confidence is important. Like, it's definitely one of those things that I feel like people don't realize, but it's like a fear thing. When you're not confident, you're in fear of whether it be of your greatness or whether it be of your what could be a failure. You're like afraid of something. And so that's what makes you not confident, and that definitely plays a huge part in people making excuses.
Yeah,
like for sure. Yeah, that's a good aspect.
I feel like some people just maybe fear the fact of being apart from people. Because listen, the truth of the reality is when you start feeling some success towards your journey, naturally you're pulling yourself away from people, and it's not by purpose. Sometimes it's just the way God made it to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that's it's good with H. I think that's when I think that's what some people fear as well, is that aspect as well, is growing apart from people. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
H in the building. This feel like a reunion.
It's like a reunion. That's
D Peso out here. Pink 2Ks.
2Ks or
Hey, Mula B, you see her?
Yeah, I see her. I'm like, this is dope.
Yeah.
I'm like super happy. Like, I'm super happy, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I came a long way.
Shout out to Moonstone. Shout out to Uncle Sal. You know what I mean? We got big folks in the building. Big names in the building. Yeah.
Hey. So, you're the perfect person to ask about this. Give me some takes on excuses for you. Because we're talking about this episode 74. We lit. Listen, we strong. And we're going even harder about we're really focusing on the last couple episodes. I'm going to focus on holding ourselves accountable in the different ways that pops up. So this one is about excuses. How excuses, I believe, undermines accountability in a person. It shows fear in them, lack of accountability. It shows that they're willing to stunt their growth before it even starts. All those things. So give me some of your outlook on some things, because I know you're a nonstop working type person. So it's like it can't be no excuses when it's nonstop working going on.
You hit very interesting points, solid points, and I think we can add that sometimes it's due to ignorance, out of ignorance, that one makes excuses. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing things, and then we can get into lying, like you talked about. And one of the common lies that people tell is or use is omission. Omission is when you kind of leave out things. So a kid goes to school and he gets in trouble and he had detention and he goes home. Mom says, how was your day, honey? He says, oh, it was good, Mom. Everything was fine. But in fact, he got in trouble. He was in detention. You know what I'm saying? But he just left that out. He's alive. He's breathing. But he just omitted that stuff. We kind of can do that to ourselves. Not tell our own selves the whole truths of a matter. And sometimes that could be out of, like you said, out of fear and those things. But it can also just be out of sheer ignorance, not knowing that you're doing that. We can also say that sometimes people are just omitting things intentionally. So it can go both ways. Sometimes a person can be they could be avoiding telling themselves that they're not working hard enough in certain areas on purpose.
Wow, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. That's a thing, for sure.
No.
That's interesting. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up, because I definitely feel like that needed to be said. That's huge, actually. Yeah. That's probably one of the more common ones, because it's easy to look over, because it's easy not to get mentioned. Mm-hmm. It's easy to kind of be like, ooh, well, that was out of here. We didn't really touch on that. It's so easy to do that, but that's a huge one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's
I
super
mean, this
good.
is why being honest and telling the truth is so powerful.
Mhm.
It's a hard thing to live by. It takes an amount of courage. Uh, However, I find that is the most rewarding. If you can muster up the courage in life to be truthful, honest first, oh, the rewards are endless. But it does take, again, it takes courage to face that, to tell a
Yeah.
person the truth, to tell yourself the truth, to, in matters, deal with the truth only. That takes courage. That takes courage.
Yeah, it does. I definitely just talked about this. I want to say episode 6, so like maybe like 5 or 6 episodes ago. It was always tell the truth, and it was like I had basically said touched on some of that, but I was also touching on the fact that like you know um it's so easy to tell that little white lie, right? Or that little untruth or that halfway truth. It's easy because we're not thinking about what we're doing for real.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we become more conscious and more aware of like our actual steps of like or like our actual motion before we do it, our actual words before we say them. That sort of thing when we become more aware, then we're less likely to lie because we're thinking, you know what I mean? You're almost
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mustering up the courage to do so. You're almost thinking the thought process through. Like once you think it through, you know that it ends better in the truth, right? So before you tell
Mm-hmm.
the lie, just have that many little talk within your head. Like, what do I want the outcome to be? And when the outcome becomes this, like, uh, this is how I know that, you know what I mean? This is how I know I did the right, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is the way I should go. I'm going to end up in truth. But it's that time that, you think about it, that you kind of muster up the courage or like think it out like, no, this is the right thing for me to do. So it takes the discipline and the awareness to sit there and think about what you're going to say before you say it. Think about what you're going to do. Yeah. So that was definitely like something, yeah, there was something that we just talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And all this is tying, they all tie into the same things. Like they're all very, very similar in that way. Holding yourself accountable is loving yourself, being disciplined, loving yourself. I went off on that. And it's just like, those are the hard parts of loving ourselves that we don't think about. We think about all the easy parts, the
Mm-hmm.
fluffy parts, the self-care days, but we don't think about like when we got to check ourselves or when we have to like put ourselves on a tighter regimen, or when we have to tell the truth to ourselves and others, how hard that can be. But those are the hard parts of loving ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like that.
I would love to know what Uncle Sal thinks about this, but how do you feel about the reality that lies are powerful?
Yeah, they're more powerful. They can be more powerful than the truth.
Or how do you get one to experiment with which is more powerful?
Mm.
So it's
I
like,
think that
it's levels to this shit. Can I
yeah,
say that?
yeah. Yeah, I feel like maybe it depends on the room. It depends on what the experiment is. If is it social? It really just depends on, I think, come down to like categories, like or
Can I
not
throw
categories, but like how are we defining it? Like a measuring system. Like how are we defining
can
it?
I throw a curveball?
Yeah.
Do you think lies are ever required or necessary?
Um.
Do you think, no, excuse me, do you feel that lies have a purpose?
It depends on what the desired outcome is.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
That
Like, what do
makes
you
sense.
want? Because that really depends. What do you want? Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So,
The
right. So,
media always use lies or alleged for clickbait. Very
yeah,
true.
yeah. I was getting ready to say. I was getting ready to use like a president for example. Like, if a president's telling a lie, which a good portion of them tell, or let's say they don't tell a lie, they tell half the truth, or whatever, how you ever want to put it. You know what I mean? Is that lie for a good reason protecting us, or is that lie a bad reason for their own personal agenda? You feel what I'm
Hmm.
saying? You know? So it's the same thing. Like if uh uh if you're spouse not being faithful in a relationship? Are they not telling you for the right reason, or they're not telling you for the wrong reason? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think in certain aspects, the lie be the truth in a way.
Mm-hmm. Man, we talking dangerous. We talking dangerous things now.
Right. Can the lie be the truth?
What happens if a person who doesn't have courage lies to themselves and says they do?
Right. And then encourage their encourage their team that they, you know, that they're confident, you know what I mean? And they're depending on them to be a leader, but the whole time they're lying to themselves. You see what I'm saying?
That could go two different ways though, because somebody could hype themselves up so much that they become what they've hyped themselves up to be. That's very, it's a thing. Like they could literally mentally like convince themselves that they're this. They could learn about this. They could study this and just become this. Like that's also a thing.
Yeah. But I think that's a little bit dangerous when you're in a leadership role.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is.
Right. Versus being second party, I would say the best word to define that. You know what I mean? So that's interesting.
Yeah, I definitely
like that we say these things.
Yeah, I definitely. But it's interesting how quick it can happen, because just think about the people, just think about different people and areas of leadership like all over. And I'm gonna break it even down simpler. There's this place, right? They just opened up downtown. I'm not even gonna say where. I don't even want anyone to know where it is, because I'm not even trying to clown bull. Nothing.
Right.
He opened up a restaurant, and I'm pretty sure he used like PPP loan money or something like that, like money that was given over COVID for businesses or whatever.
Right.
Like I'm pretty sure he used this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure he just was like, yeah, I would just open me up a food place downtown,
Right.
Guaranteed money. Put no thought behind any damn thing, right? So here I go. I want me a little vegan sausage.
Right.
I go to get my little vegan sausage. It's overpriced. What's going on with the bread? Okay, so it's more bread than sausage. Okay, you overcharged me for truffle fries. Like they just didn't be it, right? And I'm just sitting here thinking, like any old body could just open up a restaurant and say we got vegan sausages, and no people who like vegan sausages is gonna come. They know that. Any old body can do it. So anyone, he told himself, yeah, I'm supposed to be an entrepreneur. I'm supposed to be a businessman. He told himself that.
Right.
Then COVID came. He got his chance. Oh, baby. And he took every bit of that money and put it in his restaurant, got it in the damn restaurant. Then once it's in the restaurant, then he starts charging up and like taking things away. Not, mind you, he don't even serve vegan food anymore. That's how deep it was. Asking every customer, oh, what do you think we should do? Asking for feedback. I give you the feedback. You don't listen. Y'all don't listen. You don't listen at all. But it just goes to show you that anyone can train themselves to be what they want them to be. He didn't have any, but he still has no business mind. But he got himself a business, right? So he's a businessman.
He's selling vegan food out here.
He don't even having a business.
Selling vegan sausages no more. That's the point. That's why I'm really bad. That's why I'm really bad. No vegan cheesesteak, no nothing. What happened to fried mushroom po' boys? None of that.
None of
All
that.
we got is beef.
But yeah, that's that's interesting.
Yeah, but it just goes to show how he convinced himself that he was going to be this thing, and he worked hard enough to make it a thing.
Right.
Like just tying it back in to reference it and why I even went off on my tangent. But yeah, like that's why it's just one of those things. Anyone can do anything, and that's a dangerous state to be in.
Right.
Where anybody can do anything, like especially when we have dangerous words like influencer, when we have dangerous words like that, where anyone can be an influencer, so anyone can influence the lives of our youth. the minds of our youth. That's not scary to people.
Yeah, I think that's very scary, especially when you're not educating yourself on the right messages and the right, you know what I mean,
Right.
studies on subject matter. You know what I mean, whatever subject matter you're talking about, whether it's music, whether it's politics, whether it's ancient history, you know what I mean, you really gotta, you know, have a handle and understanding on what you're talking about before you turn the camera on and talk to people, because exactly what you're doing is you're influencing the world. You know what I mean? No matter if you got 5 followers or 25,000, you know what I mean? You're influencing somebody to potentially the wrong path when you don't, when you cheat yourself or educating yourself on these things. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of people just jump out the whip, so to speak, to, you know, they just see it like, oh my God, he's lit because he got an influence. You know what I mean? I can do that. He's just talking some stuff. I can. You know what I mean? You know, it's the clout chasing of being important. You know what I mean? It's not about the purpose. It's about the attention. You know what I mean? I think that's the most dangerous part of things, is that, you know what I mean, is that people are more focused on the attention than the actual message and the purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah, it's a fact. It's a fact. Like, just as far as like just like my hand in curating events lately, like it'll just be so many people that I see, and I'll be like, yo, they literally will just hop from like platform to platform to platform only so they see their face on the flyer. Like, they may not even pull up to the event to perform or do whatever, but they have to have their face on a flyer. Like it's one of those, I just need the attention more than the intention being like to network or to gain more fans, more followers, to gain supporters, to practice on stage, to get experience, to even perform in front of that type of crowd, or that, or just in that venue. Because I know some places on my bucket list, and it's just like, yeah, I just want to perform in there. Like, I got to be in there. Like, I need one time in there. Like, it's like one of those. So like, I feel like people, they have this intention for attention, and then what? Right? Because everybody's hot, everybody can do this, everyone can do that. So what is really separating you from like anything? You know what I mean? So then they go to crazier heights to try to get more attention, and it's more. Then you get the more of the clout chasing type of stuff and all that. Like, it's crazy. Like, when you really think about it, it's really wild. Like, it really is a competition on who can be the raunchiest, who can be the most disgusting, who can really make you want to turn off the TV, like who can really make you want to throw up in your mouth a little bit, like who can do it. That's what it's coming down to. Like, it's
even done in a positive way. You know what I mean? It's either competition in a positive way, where it's like, oh, I can, you know, out intellect this person. I can, you know what I mean? I can outsmart this person. I can, you know, quote this better than this person. You know, it's on both. It's a balance. You know what I mean? It's a seesaw.
Yeah,
negative
that's
attention
true.
and positive attention. You know what I mean? It's really is a seesaw. But I think people that have really a genuine message is the ones that get rewarded by God. You know,
Talk heavy.
because God knows your heart and your real true intentions of pursuing what you're pursuing. You know what I mean? And you know, that's why it's important to not get lost in you know, just the attention aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Uh,
I agree.
Pink, I really love what you're doing. I want you to take 6 seconds really fast to feel what's going on right now and what's happening. Like, listen, there is a shift and a change, and there's a lot of people who aren't going to make it and haven't, right? They're afraid to be the adults. Like you're saying, they just want to have their face on the flyer. They're stuck. You know, I've been calling that 93 shit. They're still there. They're still on house parties. where we supposed to be on yacht parties. You get what I'm saying? They're on uh, catch a girl, freak a girl. We supposed to have wives, husbands, families, estates. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
What's happening right now is for the adults and the mature kids.
facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Like I don't even like the funny part is I don't mean to laugh, but it's kind of crazy me just sitting here pondering and thinking. Like I don't even feel like I'm talking to Pinky right now. I feel like I'm talking to the government. You know, the
You
government
dig it?
name. I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
big
you're
facts.
not talking to Pinky because I dropped the mother why a while ago,
Hey,
Buddy.
I'm
It's
sorry.
2Ks now.
I'm sorry.
So you
2Ks.
not.
My fault. You know, I'm from the old school era. My fault.
I done dropped the phone. You gotta be careful. You drop your phone, you shut everything down accidentally and shit. Log out of shit.
Right. But you know what I mean, though.
No, I know, I dig it. So this is my almost situation. This episode is sponsored by Pink Drinks. Y'all gotta both have a pink drink. Gotta come to Open Vibe Philly and have a
I'm
pink
right
drink.
up the damn street.
Well, Pink, you know I'm a supporter of all the things you do, but on the lives, I ain't gonna be all like where I'm gonna be at. It ain't the rules of how we do it.
No, I feel it. I understand Philly is a crazy place right now, and I dig it.
But you already know we talk.
Yeah,
You already know I'm gonna be in the building.
Yeah.
I'm finna represent.
Listen, I'm so excited for everything that's been going on. Everything is just like, whew. It's like, yo, hard work yields. It yields. Like when I literally tell you, so like I don't know if you guys know, I'm live right now on Facebook, but I'm also live on Stereotype Radio. And we were streaming on there, even with me being live.
Stereotype Radio.
Shout out to Stereotype Radio. I'm about to cry, y'all. Streams is out of this world. It's not a month that goes by that I'm not getting a little check. You know what I mean? Every month. Every
dozen in the building.
So it's very important that y'all tap in.
Caddy rapper trapper.
Yeah, this is a free way to gain passive income. You know what I mean? It's a way. We have podcasts on there. Come get you an interview. I have a podcast on there. I'm about to start another one.
Well, Pink,
yes.
Respectfully, is the hoes there?
There's a couple. There's always a couple around.
All right, I just a little bit, y'all. All right, back to my serious shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know, you don't ask, right? I mean, if you don't ask, you don't know. So that's my question. I'm not mad at it, but it's definitely a couple of young ladies I could see you being able to have a good conversation with.
There we go. I just want to talk.
Can we talk? Look at Tevin Campbell on here. Hold on. Got the candles lit. About to do karaoke. Right,
and I will not let it. All right.
Yeah, I hit it with that, but yeah, y'all have to. It's gonna be listen. And D Money, I know you be battle rapping, but I know you got some music too. Like I know you be like you be coming for everybody. Every time
Mula
I
B,
see
how many albums you got, Mula B?
You want all the smoke?
How many albums you got, Mula B?
I would say over 16 or 17 right now.
Fuck out of here. What I got, like 4?
So why you not get them streamed on Stereotype Radio then, damn it?
I know. No, I definitely gotta sing you some stuff.
But
you don't send it. Listen, it doesn't work. I'm gonna explain how it works. It's so easy. You download an application. I'm gonna send you what it looks like. I'm gonna send you the link. Download the app, right? You sign in with either Spotify or Apple. Once you sign in with either one of those, you're in the station. Right? Once you're in the station, all you do is leave your device in the station. You can leave, go on Instagram, you can leave, go on YouTube, you can leave, get on the phone, whatever. You just keep your device in there. And however however many people are in the station at one time, that's how many streams we get for one play. So if we have 20 people, like it's almost, I don't know, I think it's about 20 people in there right now. So that means 20 streams for one play. One. And then it goes up from there. So the more devices, the more people we have in there, the more your stream. You'll be sitting there at work making money, and you'll be sitting there having passive income making money. Stop playing with me. Let's make this passive income as much as we can. Like, it's it's so easy. Then you mess around, have a computer that could be in there, or a freaking tablet or whatever you can leave in there all day. Do that. Like, I'm telling you, it's beneficial, and you get more. I was just talking at the beginning of this live about how it's important to have leverage as an artist. Like, you having them streams. Oh yeah, I need this for my performance. That's what I need for this performance, because you see my stream right there. You see I've been doing this for this long, and you see I've been doing it. It adds to your resume. Like, come get these streams with us.
No, I gotta get on the ball, Pink. I ain't going.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you. I think I sent it to you before, but yeah, it's worldwide. So you're getting streams from everywhere, and you're getting put on playlists too. That's another thing with the playlisting. I'm gonna send you everything.
Yeah.
And Backstory Battle League needs Pink 2Ks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put me on. Actually, I'm not. Wait. I'm not battling. I already told you my name.
What you mean?
I'm not battling.
Stop playing. Yes, you is.
Let me explain to you. Let me
I'm not
yes,
battling.
you is.
There's nothing in this world that can get me to battle.
Give me 1 second. Let me explain it to you now. We gay. We here with it. You give me a second. So
we good, but
listen. It's done virtually, right? So you ain't gotta be up in nobody's face. You ain't gotta worry about nobody, violating your space or nothing like that. Everything is done virtually. You know what I mean? It's a real peaceful exchange.
It's not battle rap. I can't not disrespect somebody. You can't limit my pen. Oh, it's a nice peaceful battle. What you want, a compliment battle? I'm coming for fixing next battle.
No. I didn't mean peaceful.
There you go.
I'm just saying you ain't gotta worry
about
the
Urban Venture in the building.
Right. I'm just saying you ain't gotta worry about the extra shit, is what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? As far as the lyrical exchange, that's gonna be what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? But as far as the physical aspect, of being together in one room, no, it's not that. You can do it virtually. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know. You want to?
Give it the good college try, Pink. Give it the good college try.
I've done the college try.
I got a bag for you, Pink.
No, but I'm definitely going to consider it. But I'm literally going to consider it, which I wasn't planning on doing.
I got a bag.
I really don't see myself. Because I just feel like, so now she going to talk crazy and then be safe in her home? Like, what? Like, I don't know. She going to be laid up with the hot cocoa and the projector on, the blanket, and I'll be, good bitch, what's that? What about, I'm being out let me go watch the episode of Words of Wisdom real quick. I'll be back, y'all.
See, you get that energy off, right? Which we all need.
I don't know. I don't think it's for me.
Hank, I got a bag for you. Up in the office.
I'm telling you, Pink, you'll be cooking. Look,
Pink,
you cook.
Pink, you were cooking it, John. I'm telling you.
You cook.
I got a bag for you, Pink. You can talk. No.
Like I said, I really don't see myself doing it. I said I would consider it, but I'm not gonna keep a closed mind to anything. But I just don't see battle rap for me.
Bro,
don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Bro got the platform.
Right, I got the platform already. I got the fan base.
Pink, that's the peso.
I know, and I know the way I know the way he battle rap community that he created. I know.
This the money first bitch. You got it, peso. You know what I mean? This money first bitch. You got it.
Pink, that's the peso. Yo, when he be battle rapping, his fans be putting strawberries in the fucking comment section. Yo, I'm saying D peso the wall. He got the platform. That's the ball.
Wait, the strawberry, yeah.
No,
You got
like
it's a whole
strawberry milk.
story
So
behind
I like strawberry milk. So everybody knows that. You know what I mean? So it's like a running thing. You know
So
what I mean?
damn, they all personal with you like that, people?
Yeah.
Like they tell you on that
Yeah.
level?
Yeah, I got a cult following. So what I'm saying
Oh, you gotta
is,
like that.
yeah,
Oh, you gotta like
yeah,
that.
Pink. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So bring your ass on.
Baby
You know what I
putting
mean?
strawberries in the jaw.
Yeah. Bring your ass on. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta be no. Look.
That's
We can
crazy.
talk a number. We can talk a number, Pink.
I put a pig on battle rap back.
You know what I mean?
We just we in grown space. You
Right.
doing your thing. You up here. Listen, it's another situation.
Oh
Right.
yeah, it's a whole
Right.
other situation.
Yeah, it's a
Oh yeah, I
whole other
gotta think
situation.
about this.
Yeah.
I feel like
I think that'll
I
be
just
dope.
feel like
I think that'll be a nice space for you to be in from, you can capture a whole nother fan base on the music side of things. You know what I mean?
I could.
Because listen, they know my songs, they know a lot of shit.
Same way you
I gotta
saying
breathe
with
about it.
the
I need to breathe and think about it.
with the joint you talking about. See, we gotta have one of them off camera talks about it is all. But yeah. But yeah.
I'm telling you, Pink, you would dominate.
Don't be looking like that.
I know.
She's trying to conceal. She's trying to contain the excitement.
I know. She's trying. It's low key excitement that she's feeling. Low key.
She's trying.
I don't think that's accurate. It's not really excitement. It's more like, I don't know. I just don't see me battling being a good thing.
For them,
No, I think it'll be a great thing.
for the opponent, it would be.
It won't be good for the opponent, no, but for you, it'll be great.
That's really, I'm going through some stuff. I've been going through things where I'm just really just working on, breathing,
Demolishing
getting
niggas.
anxious,
Look, that's when you let that type of
mad.
energy out. That's why it's good for you to go to battle rap, to let that energy out.
No.
You don't always gotta run to the what's the name bag, the woosah bag. You can, you know what I mean? Let it out lyrically with aggression and energy. Then you can relax, smoke a blunt, chill and laugh.
True.
You know what I mean?
Look at somebody like he know, like what, like
Yeah.
when you get the house, don't worry about it. Just smoke it out.
Yeah. Smoke a, you know what I mean? Smoke a little joint, you know what I mean? Get the bubble bath ready, light the candles up and relax that night. You know what I'm saying?
Have some salt.
Have some stuff and all that.
I will
Don't hit me with the thing about it, baby.
Yeah,
it's an easy layup.
to breathe about it. I gotta breathe. I gotta about it. I gotta about it.
Could you tell us again, Pink, about your event?
Yeah. Inform us.
Excuse me.
Hey, yo, Easy does it. Skirvin Ventro, listen up real fast about the event right here if you can. I'm sorry, Pink.
Yes, Stereotype Sound Sessions, Congreen Media. We are back November 6th. That is the first Monday of the month. We are at Mix and Flow at 26 Garrett Road. And for those who might be familiar with the area, it used to be called Brownies. So that might put a name to a face for it for people. Directly around the corner from the transportation center, very easily accessible. It's $8 if you use the link that's in my bio, Stereotype Sound Sessions bio, Congreen Media bio. It's only $8. However, if you want to pay at the door, it will be $15. So I would just get the early bird tickets if I were you. I would follow.
Real niggas pay $15 at the door.
Yeah. I will stay tapped into all the pages. We do $2 Tuesdays, so once out of the month, every month, you have an opportunity to have any of the events. You can get the ticket for $2, and we always have a couple of events going on. So to take advantage of those types of things, take advantage of the $8 early bird special. There's no extra fee to perform unless you would like a spotlight artist performance, which again you can click the link and get all the information about the spotlight artist performance slots. Also, we have Hot Box, which I am performing at. It's a music and smoke fest. It's November 17th. Secret location upon ticket purchase, but I'm trying to tell y'all, if y'all didn't come to last Hot Box, y'all have to come to Hot Box. Like, Hot Box is so much fun. Like, everyone who came, it was one of those. Like, it was just one of those ones. Great performances. It was a packed house. Like, we had so many bud vendors. We had so many bud accessories. We had, like, it was crazy. So I was like, what is this? Like, what the fuck? Oh, like, it was like one of those. So y'all should, yeah, it's definitely something to tap into. Again, just go Stereotype. And put it it's in the bio, Code Red Media, it's in the bio. It's in my bio too. If you go to my bio, the link tree has everything. If you want to place an order for paint drinks, 24/7 delivery pickup, right there. Words of Wisdom, right there. Radio show, right there. Events, right there. Everything is right there. So very easily accessible. Anything you have questions about is probably going to be answered when you read, but just feel free to DM me about any questions you might have. Also, feel free to DM me about topics for Words of Wisdom if you feel like something needs to be addressed or you might be going through something. I'm here to talk about it with you because we're going to get through it together. So.
Oh, yeah. And y'all can also hear Pink Lee and Words of Wisdom on anchor.fm/215, the Nonstop Working Podcast. And also, you can hear it if you're tuned into the Swim. So stay in tune, stay in touch, because it's always going down. And make sure y'all visit the website, www.daus.me, where we're nonstop working on these hoes.
Yeah. Sure. Do you want to shout something out before we wrap up? Because I know
No. First of all, I want to shout out y'all. You know what I mean? The lovely Pink Lee. You know what I mean? Words of Wisdom and all that. Make sure y'all check it out again. Make sure you check out my man, Mr. Herd, Nonstop Working Podcast. And look, make sure you check me out on YouTube, Backstory Battle League, the Not Enough Podcast. We're a little ratchet in there, a little bit, you know what I mean? It's battle rap, so, you know, blah. But, you know, it's a good time. We're having our event December 23rd, Backstory Battle League, Wordsworth Battlegrounds, present Dangerous Mind, the main event, D-Money versus Geechee Gotti. Make sure y'all there, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's going down, man. Live on YouTube, so you ain't got to leave out the crib. It's right there on YouTube. So, yeah.
That's going to be lit.
Yo, pull up to the lives.
Yeah, definitely pull up to the lives, because the lives is insane.
Go like, subscribe, and share on YouTube, Backstory Battle League.
No, facts.
Yeah, definitely. I'm subscribed, so I'm gonna hop on there soon. I think it notifies me.
Yeah.
Pull up.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thanks for hopping on. I'm gonna talk to y'all real soon. Thanks for everybody who tapped in on Facebook. Thanks for everyone who tapped in on Stereotype Radio. I will be posting this to YouTube as well. I'll be chopping this up into pieces for Instagram because this is this week's episode. So I did like the feel of this. I think I want to do this maybe more often. So as I'm trying to find new ways, new backdrops, new ways to keep it like interesting for you guys, perhaps this is something I'll tap into more. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tapping in. Tomorrow we have Ranting, Raving, Misbehaving on Stereotype Radio. Starts at 11 p.m. until we have a lot of interesting topics, so definitely tap in, look out for it. I'll be posting a flyer tomorrow and I'll have what we're going to be talking about on there, but definitely feel free to pull up, get some streams, join the conversation, all that good stuff. And I will tap in with y'all soon. Rocking out.